Good morning, students. This is Chef Rakesh Kumar Gupta from Culinary Institute of India. Today I am going to discuss why do hotel management students have to study all those management subjects. You know, there are quite a few number of subjects relating to MBA syllabus or BBA syllabus. But why do we have to do it? A few things are very simple that you will understand very quickly on this behalf, that hotel is it seems it's a very easy business, but hotel management is a business which demands a lot of precision. Hotel management is a business which demands continuous attention of not only one or two person, but even attention of those who are planning it, those who are executing it. Now let's be very clear, hotel is a business like any other business. Whether you run a steel plant, whether you run a hospital, whether you run a hotel, or whether you run a transport industry, hotel is an industry, a business entity, a business unit which actually is continuous deliverance. Means you have to produce and distribute or sell it all at once. We call it a real-time delivery, and it's a real-time business. Like, for example, if you are making a pen, if you have a factory which produces pen, now that pen you can produce and keep it for a year and then plan the sales and keep distributing and selling it. Even if it doesn't sell, you just go on making schemes and planning to sell it, because it has a shelf life. It has a shelf life and it does not perish. Supposing you have invested 5 rupees on this to manufacture it, and you're selling it at 10 rupees, like when it's hard time, it's not selling, you can simply go in for you can simply actually give some discounts and sell it later. So your inventory is, if it is stuck, you dispose it off. That's not an issue at all. But hotel industry is a real-time inventory, and a real-time inventory means you use the resource, produce, and immediately it has to be consumed. It has no shelf life, maybe at the most 24 hours, and that's it. So you need very good planning, utilization of resources, because what's the difference between a good chef, an average chef, and a very poor chef? I mean, if I ask you to prepare tea, you'll be very happy, sir, kya baat karte hai? Chai to banani hai. You can go and produce, say, within 5-7 minutes, you can make 2 cups of tea and come back to me. And then I tell you, okay, we are having picnic, 10 students are there, and let's go and have a tea party, and then still you will say, okay, chalo theek hai, and then maybe you will produce 10 cups of tea or 15 cups of tea, and you will find either you are falling short by 1 cup or you have made 1 cup extra. Now imagine you have 30,000 people to feed, or maybe 500 rooms into 2 is equal to 1,000 cups of tea, and then the game begins. A good chef will produce, he will have a good understanding of the consumer behavior, how much he needs, how much you need to produce, and so that your wastage is not there. So it's all about money at the end of the day. It's about business. It's about how much you earn by investing how much. And when it's business, I always say, don't think of anything else. Just first thing that you should see is the economics of the business, the calculation of the business, and if you want to be an entrepreneur in future, make it a habit. What is the return on investment? Or you can start by understanding, if I am selling some product at 100 rupees, what is the cost of ingredient that is going into it? So we call that as a food cost. At the same time, hotel as a business is something which is, you can always understand what I'm trying to say is, hotel as a business is a continuous deliverance mode. Means what? Means you have to be at the toe, because you cannot produce and keep it. So every day you are producing. So every day you have to be real good. It's like playing cricket match. Today you make a century, you may be in the team for another 5-6 games, but after that again you have to produce results. So Tendulkar is Tendulkar, Kohli is Kohli, or Dhoni has been Dhoni, Saurav Ganguly has been famous because they have delivered time and again. Whenever they got onto the crease, they have simply delivered. So it's something like that. You cannot just rest on your accolades. You have to keep practicing, keep improving, keep changing with the time and the demands of the consumer, and innovating and actually doing business the right way. So you have to understand the basics of business. And what is the subject that tells you? Principles of management, Siddhant. What are the principles of management governing the business? Now principles remain the same whether you run a small tea stall, or principles remain the same whether you are into a big industry. So you study principles of management. Then when you are doing business and making it profitable at a larger scale or a medium scale, and for that you need a sense of economics, accounts. Now any business, you would be a future manager of the hotel, so you need to know the law also. So the costing part and the profit making part, the return on investment part demands from you a lot of understanding of the finances and the resources and the principles and the accounting and the law, and your understanding of the socio-economic political system to be really successful. And on top of that, you should be a good business manager in terms of relationship building, customer service, consumer service. Now the most important part, hotel is a mix of product and services. Hotel is a mix of product and services. What you produce for 100 rupees, you can sell it for 150, 200 rupees, and you can sell it for 500 rupees. Why is it so? Because of the service, the ambience being provided. You are providing ambience. The same soup costs 500 rupees or 450 rupees in Oberoi's, which you can get at a 3-star hotel 130 rupees. Why is it so? Because the level of hygiene differs. The level of hygiene is very important. The customer satisfaction comes from the ambience. Maybe the chair on which you are sitting is itself costs, say, at least 20 times more. You have silverwares. You have people talking to you intelligently, serving you the same dish, which in a 3-star hotel you'll find very difficult to communicate with them what you want. So it's all about giving satisfaction, quality. It's all about giving satisfaction, giving quality, and it's all about it's all about delivering quality time to the guest. A guest comes down to have food. A guest comes down to have food. Food is available at dozen places. He wants a good experience. He wants an unforgettable pleasure of having spent a quality time at your property or with you. He remembers a nice person. I will give you a small example. You have all studied in colleges and hostels. You come out of your hostel every day evening, or maybe on holidays, vacations, and go down to a particular tea joint. वो काके के ढाबे पे जाके चाय पीनी है. क्यों भाई? 50 किलोमीटर गाड़ी चला के. Why? Because you feel comfortable, you are free to joke around, he mixes with you well. The same tea is available at 10 different spots, but you go down and spend every day with 5 of your friends one particular tea stall. Why? Because he makes you feel comfortable, he makes you feel welcome. So that's hospitality industry for you. You have been doing it. Just understand the basic trick of hospitality. Make the consumer feel comfortable, welcome, and give him a quality time and the space which he needs, the privacy which he needs, the interaction which he needs, and at the same time you should be really alert to his demands and needs. Now that is very tricky to do, but not for a hospitality professional, and that's what you have to understand. The same thing of 100 rupees can be sold at 500 rupees, maybe at 150 or maybe at 250, depending on what you are providing. So friends, what I want to say is, hospitality industry is a wonderful industry. In the first year, you understand the basic tricks of operations. In the second year, you are taught to go quantity and let us understand the basics of accounting. And third year is all about management, managing resources, harnessing resources, producing quality, and keeping it at that, and meeting the innovative challenges of business in the hospitality industry. So this is Chef Rakesh trying to make sense with hospitality industry. And why do you study those subjects of management subjects in the hotel industry? Hotel management is a complete course program which brings out the best in an individual in terms of hospitality service industry. So any service industry, any industry looking for good quality will always opt for a hotel management students. Delivery on time is our hallmark. And remember, we give service even if we stand for 12 hours on our feet, maybe one whole month continuously. We just keep going smilingly, and we come out smilingly because we drive pleasure from what we do. That's hotel industry for you. Thank you, boys. I hope you have understood what I've said. And for any future hotel aspirants, hotel industry aspirants, you can build up your career here. You can be manager in 10-15 years, provided you get these basics right. And that is what our teachers are supposed to do. They are not supposed to teach. They are supposed to groom. They are supposed to build your thinking. They are supposed to affect your thinking process. And like a famous scientist said, education is not about teaching, mugging up, by-hearting. Education is about setting your thought process right so that you also come up with some innovative ways and produce the same desired results through the thought process that is there. And remember, what your mind thinks, your body does. What your mind thinks is visible on your face. So this is Chef Rakesh from Culinary Institute of India. Last so many years of experience trying to pour it out in front of you. Thank you so much.